You don't realize that you're already overspending because it happens gradually. Hi, if it's your first time here, I'm Charm from Ready to Adult Philippines, a channel about personal finance, entrepreneurship, and adulting how-tos. Okay, so here are our featured comments for the week. So comment down below if you want to get featured on the next video. And also here are the Instagram shoutouts for the week. Go ahead and follow them on Instagram. And if you want to get featured, then please Insta story this video and tag me at Ready to Adult PH. I cannot thank you guys enough. We're almost 2,000 subscribers, so please share these videos to your friends and to your family. Okay, so let's jump into the video. A few weeks ago, I made a video about the financial goals you should hit in your 20s, and you guys seem to like that. For this video, I don't want to just say all the opposite things in that video, like not having an emergency fund and not having a budget, although they're all still valid, so you really should check out that video. Let's talk about the things that you shouldn't do or money mistakes to avoid in your 20s. Okay, so number one is overspending. Lifestyle inflation, or also called lifestyle creep because it creeps up on you. It doesn't just happen overnight. You don't realize that you're already overspending because it happens gradually. For example, coffee once a week. That's 150 pesos a week or 7,800 pesos a year. Then it becomes 3 times or even 5 times a week. That's already 39,000 pesos a year from the 7,800. And because it's so gradual, from 1 coffee a week to 3 coffees a week to 5 coffees a week, then you don't really realize the change. Or for another example, you take a cab whenever it rains, but then you don't realize that you're already taking a cab every day. Like I said in this video right here, improving your lifestyle isn't necessarily bad if you truly can afford it. But otherwise, save up until you can afford that certain lifestyle. Like I mentioned before, don't go broke trying to look rich. Number 2, your only goals are material things and experiences. So I'm definitely guilty of this. Not saving up for long-term or for retirement is very common for people in their 20s because it seems so far away. A shoe, a bag, a vacation seems so much more attainable. It's easier for goals to be tangible, but it's smarter for them to include and prioritize long-term goals. Number 3 is not taking advantage of your free time to earn extra income. Extra income from side hustles can really help you achieve your financial goals faster. Having only one income source is extremely dangerous, and statistics show that most wealthy people have 4 to 7 income streams. So if you guys are looking for side hustle ideas, especially online where you can work from home, then maybe you want to check out my online side hustles video. Okay, so number 4 is not discussing finances with your significant other. Now, we all know that having a significant other can really increase your expenses, especially with all the dates and gifts. And that's not really a problem unless, again, you overspend on these dates and gifts. And that usually happens when we try to impress each other. And over time, it can be really expensive. So if you have an open line of communication with your significant other about your finances, then maybe from your medium to more expensive dates, you can offer cheaper or stay-in dates. Another thing to add here is going broke for just one day, and that's the wedding. So that's something to consider when you are planning your wedding right now. Okay, so number 5 is spending too much on rent or housing. So some people pay almost 50% of their income on rent. So for example, you're someone who is earning 20,000 a month and 10,000 pesos of that is going to rent. And in my opinion, that's extremely high. I would try to bring that down to 20 to 30% of your gross income. Especially if you don't need a big space or house, because that just means that you're paying for a bigger loan, more taxes, higher maintenance costs, and utility bills. Okay, so number 6 is quite similar, and that's buying brand new or expensive cars. I already mentioned it before in my how to buy a second-hand car. I really do believe that buying brand new and expensive cars are a really bad investment because very few cars retain its value. Most of them really depreciate very fast. And expensive cars usually means more gas and expensive maintenance as well. Okay, so let's move on. Number 7 is getting into consumer debt. So consumer debt is debt used to fund consumption like food, electricity, utility, and telco bills rather than investments. And examples of these are getting behind in payments for your utility bills, your telco bills, and your credit cards because they incur big fees. So to emphasize my point on mishandling credit cards, when you only pay the minimum, you are paying really high interest rates. Credit cards have a 25 to 35% interest per annum. I can't even find funds with that high of a return, so you're paying that much to your credit card company. Okay, so I'm gonna be talking more about credit cards in my future videos. I'm gonna show you what my credit cards are and their perks, and also more basic informational stuff about credit cards. Okay, so let's move on. So number 8 is not investing earlier. Okay, so I know this is kind of cheating because in my past video, I told you guys to get over the fear of investing, but I really wanted to stress this out. You guys really have to take advantage of compounding interest. And if you still don't know what that is, let me paint you a clearer picture. So for example, this is Apple. She started investing when she was 25 at 1,000 pesos per month or 12,000 pesos per year. She invested for 10 years until she was in age 34 with a total investment of 120,000 pesos. Okay, so for the sake of this illustration, let's say it's at 10% compounding interest per year. By the age of the common retirement, which is 60, Apple has now garnered a wealth of 2.5 million pesos. Okay, so very similar illustration here. Let's take Benny. Okay, so Benny heard about investing a little later than Apple at the age of 40. The same, he invested 1,000 pesos per month, 12,000 pesos per year for 10 years, or 120,000 total at 10% compounding interest as well. So he put in money from 40 to 49 years old. And at the age of common retirement, which is 60 again, Benny has accumulated 600,000 pesos. Okay, so both put in the same amount of investment, but the difference here is time. Apple started 15 years earlier than Benny, and her investment amounted to more than 4 times that of Benny's. So yeah, I hope that simple illustration really got my point through about compounding interest and why we should start investing today. So yeah, that's the roundup, and here's a summary of the 8 money mistakes that you should avoid in your 20s. And similar to my other video, I'm gonna remind you that these financial mistakes happens in your 30s, in your 40s, even your 50s and 60s. So if you're watching this video and you're not in your 20s, leave me a like down below and subscribe to this channel. It really helps out my channel a lot so that I can make more videos like these. And again, adulting's already hard, but personal finance doesn't have to be. That's why I love making these videos for you guys. And this has been Charm from Ready to Dote Philippines, and I will see you on my next video.